guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, BrittanyBearMakeup here. For those of you guys who are new, then welcome. Today's video is going to be super informative because I'm going to take you step by step and teach all of you guys how to get a beautiful contour using only setting powders. You guys do not want to miss. I have some amazing tricks and tips that are going to change and elevate your makeup game. So make sure you guys turn on your post notifications so you guys can be a part of my Bear family. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and as always guys, hit that subscribe button and keep on watching as I show all of you guys how I contour my face using only setting powders.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
Alright guys, so now that I've gone ahead and I've applied my foundation, my highlight, and my concealers, you guys can see my face looks extremely flat. Now, a lot of times we go in with cream contours and that's when we kind of try to create shadows in our face and really enhance and give it dimension. However, today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to contour and highlight. We are actually just going to use powders. So obviously you guys know my face is very wet right now. I have all of the concealer kind of slipping and sliding around. So we need to set our foundation. And the first step to a good highlight and contour is going to be for us to grab a translucent powder and really just lock in what we created with our foundation and concealers. So for that, I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty setting powder, one of my favorite setting powders. This one is actually in the shade Cupcake. So Cupcake is a very light pink undertone. So this is one of my favorite parts. This is when I start coming alive. This is when I start feeling cute. I'm going to grab my damp beauty blender and I'm going to apply it into the setting powder. And I'm going to begin by packing this product underneath my eyes and all the areas that I highlighted my face with. So I'm going to start with the under eyes and I'm really just going to press this powder in. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same step onto the other side as well. And I'm using this powder to kind of map out the areas I want to bring more light to. I'm also going to be applying this to my chin, the lower part of my cheekbone. So technically we would contour right here. You want to go underneath that contour, that imaginary contour right now, and you want to do something called reverse contouring. We're basically making sure that all those areas are chiseled and they're nice and defined. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. The lower part of my forehead, and then I'm going to grab that excess and I'm going to draw a very thin straight line down the center of my nose. This is going to help me when I'm contouring out my nose. So as you see, I've applied my setting powder to these areas of my face. Now I want to explain to you guys a little bit about highlighting and contouring and why we do it and what it achieves. So highlighting your face is going to bring all of the areas that you apply that lighter shade forward on your face. So if you really want a nice bright under eye highlight in photos, you want to look awake and youthful, that is what that's going to do. It's going to allow your face to appear more 3D. Now, when we use contour shades to our face, what we are achieving with that is we are bringing things in. We're creating the illusion of more dimension, more three-dimensional. So for an example, if you want a thinner nose, what do we typically do? We draw two lines close to one another to really create the illusion that our nose is slimmer. We're doing the same thing with those contouring shades, and we're carving out areas of our face that we want to look more 3D and definitely more like out there, if that makes sense. So once you have a better understanding as to what each step does, you are going to be able to achieve the most perfect, gorgeous contour and highlight. So what we're going to do is we are now going to contour our face. So as we allow our face to pretty much just sit with that setting powder, the next step is going to be to contour. And this is when we're going to see that drastic difference in the shape of our face. This is what's going to mold our face to just look so much slimmer and more just fierce, feline-like. So what you want to do is you want to find a really good contour shade that's going to complement your skin tone. I personally think Hoola Benefit Bronzer is one of the most beautiful universal shades that I can use on multiple people and really just get the best application. So what I like to do is I like to go to my temple area right here. Now there's two ways you can contour your face. You can go downward to create more of those, more defined cheekbones. Or if you have a very round face, you can actually cut straight on your contour. And that's going to appear that your cheekbones are a little bit higher. So if you don't have really defined cheekbones, I highly suggest that you cut straight on your contour. So I'm actually going to go a little bit downward. I'm going to grab this brush and I'm going to slightly begin to just buff where my temple area is, this product across my face. So as you can see, this brush is super easy to apply the contour because it just gets into that little crevice and it really creates that dimension that we're going for. So I stipple the product onto my cheekbone and really just enhance that area. As you can see, it just kind of just gives it a little bit more depth and dimension. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of my face. I'm gonna begin with the temple area and just kind of draw that straight downward line. So now that we went ahead and we kind of chiseled out our cheekbones, we have to create more dimension for the rest of our face. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that powder and we're just gonna lightly brush that bronzer around the rim of my forehead just to kind of almost shrink our face. It's gonna just create that illusion that everything is a lot slimmer, a lot more petite. So just grabbing that powder and going around the rim of my forehead, I'm blending it all out. So the next step is going to be to contour out the bottom part of our jawline. So I don't have like an extremely defined jawline, but I could use contour to pretty much create the illusion that it's a lot more chiseled. And in photos, you're gonna notice how more defined this actually looks. Taking the same brush, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna begin chiseling out the bottom part of my jawline. The only thing with this, guys, is this can get very tricky and look very muddy if you don't blend it in and make sure that it flows with your skin. If you kind of just draw a very defined line and you don't blend it out, I promise you people will notice and you'll probably look hella wild. So definitely make sure you spend a couple of minutes blending it out. So we're gonna add the nose contour to this contouring with setting powders. For those of you guys who do not know, I have a collaboration with Morphe brushes. I came out with 3 brushes, my 360 nose contouring brushes, and these help me achieve the most perfect, flawless nose contour. I'm actually gonna be using one of the brushes today. Grabbing this contour brush and that same Hoola bronzer, I'm gonna go into the eye part where my eye socket is, and I'm actually gonna use this brush to draw a very straight line down one side of my nose. Very simple. Yes, looks a little scary, but don't worry, that's why we have the setting powder. Grabbing that same powder, I'm gonna use this to shorten the tip of my nose. By doing this, I'm basically creating the illusion that my nose is slimmer. I'm also gonna go in on the other side and I'm just gonna curve that in and also connect that line to give me that very thin, defined action. So the next step is gonna be for me to grab a very, very light translucent powder. I love the Hello Flawless. This is in the shade Ivory. This is one of my favorite setting powders because it's a very beautiful bone shade. Same nose contouring brush. I'm gonna apply some to this and I'm just gonna draw a straight line down the center of my nose to bring that very defined focal point like I told you. Remember, anything that's highlighted, we bring forward. Anything that's dark, we kind of just mold into our skin, make it look a little more snatched. All right, guys, so the next step obviously is we need to remove this translucent powder. So taking that same contoured angle brush, I like to dip it back into setting powder and I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna buff out any translucent powder that I have. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, it really kept that area nice and highlighted and bright, which is exactly what I wanted. Then I'm gonna go under my eyes and I'm gonna lightly, very lightly, kind of dust away that translucent powder as well. As you guys can see, it just sweeps away very, very nicely. What do we think? Are we snatched? So typically what I do after I go ahead and I kind of contour and sculpt out my cheekbones, if I see that I need any more bronzer, I'll just bronze myself up, I'll add some blush, I'll do all that. But one of the tricks I use that is going to make your nose look a lot more slimmer is we're gonna go in with highlighter. For today, I'm bringing it back to my glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna go into the shade Marshmallow, which is this light shade right here. I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna apply this to the tip of my nose, just like that. And then I'm actually gonna take my contour brush once again, and I'm gonna create a very thin, straight line down the center bridge of my nose using this. Alright guys, so this basically concludes the whole highlighting and contouring process. As you guys can see, the highlighting part of it was actually just a very, very light translucent powder, and the contouring was what really created that dimension and it allowed my face to get really sculpted and snatched. So I'm gonna go off camera, finish my eyebrows, mascara, add a little blush and some lipstick, and then when I come back, I'm going to show you guys the final look of what setting your face with powders and how you can chisel it out and really create the illusion that it is poppin'. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright Bear Fam, so this concludes today's tutorial, basically highlighting and contouring using powders. So I wanted to make this super simple for you guys, a step-by-step on how I do my makeup almost every day or any event that I have. This is pretty much the routine that I do. So I hope you guys found it informative. I also want to give a huge post notification shout out to my girl, Lindsay Beckstrom. Thank you girls so much for having your post notifications on and for constantly leaving me amazing comments. I love you so much. If you guys want a post notification shout out, all you guys have to do is turn on your post notifications and then comment when done. So that being said, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and as always, guys, click that subscribe button, and I will see all of my Bear family in the next video. Bye, guys.